What's good and what's not in the credit landscape gains much importance. Credit growth in the manufacturing sector has slowed in the latter half of the year, which is a worrying trend that needs to be addressed in our economy. In its recent annual report, the Reserve Bank of India highlighted macroeconomic developments that impacted global economic performance. According to IMF, India is a bright spot against an otherwise gloomy background. In the last fiscal year, though India's growth rate exceeded economists' expectations by 7.2%, but we also need to keep in mind the RBI's deft handling of rising inflation and improved bank balance sheets and better governance, which also contributed to the growth rate that we had seen in the last fiscal year. Credit growth rate has surpassed deposit growth rate since the convergence around December 2022. From March 2022 to March 2023, deposit growth rate was of course stable. A return to normalcy in the global economy boosted credit growth. However, the slow credit growth in FY23's last two quarters is a cause of concern. This is where the role of public sector banks also comes for discussion. In public sector banks, credit growth has reached 16.4% since the pandemic, compared with 17.8% in private sector banks. India is trying to become the next big manufacturing hub with schemes like Make in India and PLI, as well as the development of industrial corridors. Despite this, manufacturing still accounts for a small portion of the country's GDP. As a result of analyzing RBI's report on sectoral credit growth on a monthly basis, it is evident that the industry has experienced the opposite growth trends to those of most other sectors. In the first half of the year, credit growth in industry has been higher than in other sectors. Metal products and basic metals are the only industries to buck this trend. For the industry to reach its full potential, the government needs to formulate better policies and remove bottlenecks. The growth rate of personal loans, agriculture, and services, however, was very positive. With the progress of the year, these sectors experienced a stronger demand for credit. As the year progressed, demand for housing loans remained very strong. There is a cause, of course, for concern in the slowing credit growth for manufacturers in the second half of the year, and for manufacturing to thrive, the government must create a conducive environment in consultation with RBI for credit offtake to pick up. Thank you very much for your patient hearing.